Happy Friday, Hot News, everybody. Welcome to your last episode of Hot News ever on UFD Tech. As of Tuesday, it's going to be on its own channel. Links in the description for that. We're going to be talking about how I screwed up. We're going to talk about how it appears that prices on everything you hold near and dear in the tech realm might be shooting through the roof. And GTA 6 location confirmed. We're going to get into all of that after we talk about today's video sponsor. My friends, today's video is brought to you by Manscaped.com. And we all know that it's the holiday season coming up. Here in the US, we celebrate a holiday known as Thanksgiving, and you got to make sure that your holiday meat is nice and prepared for company this holiday season. Yes, my friends, that's where Manscaped comes in with their all-in-one men's grooming kit that'll have you covered head to toe to make sure your giblets, your turkey is all ready and prime and proper for Thanksgiving. You've got the Lawnmower 3.0, which is waterproof cordless trimmer built with advanced skin-safe technology, which will help to reduce nicks and cuts on your precious turkey skin, my friends. They also have the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and the Crop Reviver Ball Toner Spray to make sure your turkey skin nice and delectable. Probably shouldn't eat it. And then new to the collection is the Weed Whacker Nose and Ear Hair Trimmer. I'm not going to make a turkey pun about this one, but definitely I didn't know I needed this so badly, but after cleaning it out, I'm golden. The Weed Whacker has these 360-degree rotary blades and the same skin-safe technology from the trimmer, so it prevents tugging and tears. Manscaped is no longer for just below-the-waist grooming, my friends. It's not just about the lower end of the turkey. It's also about the turkey face. This metaphor fell apart real quick. In addition to the products for your face, they now have you covered head to toe with their new and improved Shears 2.0 luxury 6-piece stainless steel nail kit. This thing is nice. This holiday season, make sure you get the Manscaped Performance Package for either yourself or for a loved one, and it's the biggest bang for your buck because you'll also get 2 free gifts: the Shed Travel Bag and the Manscaped Anti-Chafe Boxer Briefs. You're going to be good to go with everything Manscaped provides for you. So don't wait, go to manscaped.com and use my promo code UFD to save 20% off and get free international shipping, plus those 2 free gifts. Again, manscaped.com. Not to mention, Manscaped does have a Black Friday sale going on right now, so you should totally check that out. Now let's get to my screw up. First and foremost, I would like to issue an apology to Kyle Bennett over at Hard OCP. Now, just a little bit of backstory to that. In yesterday's video, we talked about how AMD didn't really have cards available at the Wednesday launch for AIB partners. I mistakenly and inappropriately suggested that the post on Hard OCP from Kyle Bennett, which suggested that AMD would be giving AIB partners more cards, had a hard deadline of when the AIB launch happened. When you go to his post, it very clearly reads the fact that this is going to be happening over Q4 and they're going to be backloading supply. Not that there was a fixed date for all of this. My fixed date references were just mostly due to the fact that the AIB launch didn't seem to have cards. However, I conflated that with his post and that shouldn't have happened. So my comments obviously made it seem like he was completely in the wrong here, when in reality, if you go read his post, there's nothing in there that actually suggests that Wednesday was a hard and fixed deadline. So that's my fault completely. I inappropriately communicated. I obviously should not have referenced his article with regards to the week launch of AIB partner cards on Wednesday, and I'll be more careful with my words moving forward. So that's essentially where we're at. I apologize to Kyle, and I will make sure that I am more careful with how I address these topics in the future. Now let's talk about a topic that I need to address very carefully because it does seem like prices might be raising in a lot of different sectors when it comes to the tech realm. Number one, the big report that's coming out of DigiTimes is that 8-inch foundry wafers are apparently going up 10 to 15% in Q4 of this year, and then potentially another 20 to 40% in 2021. Apparently happening at 3 different foundries: United Microelectronics, Global Foundries, and Vanguard International Semiconductor, which apparently might lead to price increases across the board. Now, 8-inch fabrication wafers doesn't necessarily mean that GPU and CPU prices would go up. However, it is an indicator of where the industry is trending as a whole. And it's also possibly expected that TSMC might raise their prices as well because they've introduced a 20% pay raise in 2021, which would lead to higher fabrication prices. It would mean things like Apple's SoCs, AMD's CPUs, and GPUs would go up in price because of the increased cost of producing a wafer. So this is at the very top level level of how we get our electronics at the very production, turning sand into actual electronics, is going up in price. And before I get into the other price introductions that appear to be taking hold, it appears that TSMC is partnering up with Google and AMD to move forward on their 3D silicon initiative with a new way of actually preparing their chips. This is expected to go into mass production in 2022, with obviously Google and AMD at the forefront of what they're trying to push there. Now, let's talk about power supplies, because it looks like those might go up in prices, because apparently the company behind the 80 Plus licensing structure, Plug Load Solutions, is increasing the licensing fee on 80 Plus, according to some reports, up to 3 times what it was. According to this report, it says that a new model launch after 2021 would mean an increase in flat licensing fee by tens of thousands of dollars. 450, 550, 650, 750, 850, and 1000 watts would be a flat $21,000 for licensing. Now, the reason that this matters is that OEMs of PSUs like Seasonic and the big guys are actually going to be able to afford that, but the people who are just squeaking by and getting 80 Plus certifications on their lower end power supplies because it was nice to have for marketing reasons, that might go away altogether, and you wouldn't be able to use 80 Plus as an effective rating for anything below a certain cost structure. However, 80 Plus was never necessarily a recommendation based on the quality of the power supply, but rather just efficiency rating. But at the same time, we may potentially see it go away altogether on the lower end power supplies and see the price on higher end power supplies go up due to the change in pricing structure here. And then Comcast, not greedy enough to start introducing their data caps, it appears that they also want to increase their pricing on TV and internet fees. Looks like it's going to go up about $2 to $3 across the board in 2021, but Comcast, just increasing pricing, making sure that they're charging people extra fees for services that technically don't even matter. Good job. Really trust you, Comcast. Now let's get into GPU stuff. It appears that there's more 3060 Ti boxes popping up around the internet. We've got EVGA and Zotac listed, as well as the fact that retailers in Europe are actually posting all of their cards for roughly €500 for the custom models that are there. Then RTX 3070 news. Zotac is launching a Twin Edge OC White Edition, which I actually think looks phenomenal. One of the big things here that I really appreciate is it appears that they've powder coated the actual heatsink. However, in the worst move of all time, they decided not to make the PCB white, which just so frustrating. Obviously, that would increase cost, but just make it all white, guys. If you're making a white card, make the PCB white. It's just, only Galax does this, and it's frustrating. It's a good looking card though. What's also a good looking card is the Suprim lineup from MSI. However, according to some reports that are coming out, MSI might be holding off on the launch of the Suprim cards because of some quality control issues. An MSI product manager said, in order to ensure the best quality of our new Suprim flagship series and offer you the best gaming experience, we decided to hold back the shipments for a last minute check. Now we're sure that the quality of our product is optimal and the shipments will recommence. Doesn't look like this is a Samsung Odyssey G9 situation where the panel is like separating from the physical thing, but just a last minute quality check to make sure that the Suprim cards are actually Supreme. Now, ASRock is making a Supreme Mini-ITX motherboard, or Deep Mini-ITX as they would call it. This is an Epyc CPU Mini-ITX motherboard. Obviously, the big difference here is that most Mini-ITX motherboards are square. This one's just a little elongated. As you can see, it has 4 RAM slots, a socket for an Epyc CPU, an M.2 slot on the left-hand side, as well as a PCI Express 4.0 slot. This is a wild motherboard. ASRock continuing to push the boundaries of small cards. Then Cyberpunk continued to push the boundaries of patience of gamers. Well, according to a latest earnings report by CD Projekt Red, they're very confident that they should be able to launch December 10th. So don't book off work just yet, but just maybe, consider it. Just check the calendar, see if everybody else is booking off at like anywhere around that, so you can make sure that that date's available for you. Staying in the game side of things, a game that's hotly anticipated, long awaited, because when did GTA 5 launch? Was it 2013? Anyways, there's a brand new GTA 6 rumor that came across from Rockstar Games publishing this video for GTA Online. If you can see coordinates down here at the bottom, it leads you to this place in Middle Mountain Trail, Virginia, which is actually close to the border of Virginia and West Virginia, as you can see right there. And if you look at the satellite image, you can see here that it gets to a point in the little trail that makes it a V and an I, which would be 6 in Roman numerals. So some people are pontificating the fact that GTA 6 might be set in Virginia, or it could just be that Rockstar is letting us know that they still are making the game. I don't know. 6 is what we got to go on there. And then I don't know if you've heard, but the PS5 does appear to be beating the Xbox Series X in a lot of third-party games that are coming out, which doesn't make a lot of technical sense because the Xbox Series X has a GPU with a higher compute unit count, as well as more teraflops. In a lot of these games, it does appear that the PS5 is rocking either higher frame rates or steadier frame rates or better quality details at the same frame rates. Now, the reason that some people are expecting that this is the case, regardless of the technical differences, is that Sony actually got PS5 dev kits in the hands of third-party developers way before Microsoft did. According to some reports, Microsoft only started giving them certification for the new generation back in June, whereas Sony was giving them way ahead of that. But Microsoft not content to let that continue anymore, with them saying that they're aware of performance issues in a handful of optimized titles, and they're working with their partners to identify and resolve the issues to ensure an optimal experience. Now, obviously, this doesn't mean that the PS5 is trouncing the Xbox Series X, but it does seem to indicate that the PS5 does have a lead, at least at launch, on the Xbox Series X, especially with exclusive titles that have launched on the new console, whereas Microsoft had Halo Infinite, and then where's that? Or the Medium, which I totally want to check out, but that's not coming out till January. And you know what else is not coming out to January? I don't know, but hot news is done here on UFD Tech. Permanent switch, never coming back. Go check out the Hot News channel in case you want to get subbed to that to stay up to date on all of the tech news that we're going to be doing right over there. And a big thanks to today's video sponsor, the last sponsor of Hot News on UFD Tech. Don't forget that today's video is brought to you by Manscaped. Check them out. The link in the video description. Use coupon code UFD to save 20% off, get free international shipping, plus 2 free gifts. Keep your turkeys happy, healthy, and clean this holiday season. Don't forget to check them out for Black Friday as well. And that's going to wrap up this. I'm done. Happy Friday. See y'all in December. Cheers.